Welcome back, comic book collectors and enthusiasts. My name's Brandon, and you are watching M.O.N.Comics Big 5 Live. Happy Friday. Congratulations on making it through the week. This is a monthly show where I like to collect up other YouTube comic book community members, like their Dave Stevens' hottest book right now, and bring them on to show out either their 5 most recent book pickups, their 5 favorite books, or a combination of both, all in the name of stoking that comic conversation. And tonight I have some fantastic fellow YouTubers lined up that I've known for quite a while now. And we actually have someone filling in for a gentleman that couldn't make it. So let me bring them out one by one. Let's bring out Finland first from the future. My buddy Yusa from ThingComics, formerly Pronounce the Podcast.
Yes.
Hello. How do I pronounce the podcast?
Sorry,
the podcast that you were on the channel you were on before you started your own channel.
Narismiehet podcast.
Thank you. There you go. Jussa comes from us from Finland. Very much like me, collects what he loves, all the good stuff. Kirby, Fantastic Four, monsters, you name it. He does it all. He's in where are you right now? Helsinki?
Yeah.
I thought he was at his house with Lemmy and a sword and an axe behind him.
No.
That's great.
Sitting in my friend's living room and doing this.
Welcome.
Had to bring something with me, so yeah.
I appreciate you, dude, coming on. I've been watching Yusa, like said, for a while now. He's been a good buddy. If I ever go to Finland, I know where I'm going first, and we'll go find some comics. Next person I'm bringing on is Hayden, the Next Gen Collector. Hayden jumped on the scene. He popped up as a recommendation one day, and I could see he had the passion. He, collects Spider-Man. He loves Invincible like me. The guy also has Batman. He loves it all. How you doing tonight, Hayden?
Doing great. Happy to get back from vacation to the good old USA and do what I love most, talk about comic books. So,
well, welcome back. It's nice to have you back safely and on the show. As always, I appreciate the support of people showing up. Next up, my buddy Troy, the Man-Thing fan himself, Troy's, again, just someone who popped up as a recommendation to me. And I watched. I'll always if someone's a comic channel I haven't seen before, I'll always click on him. And then I get on. He loves the Man-Thing, and he's collecting what he loves too. And I watched his back comic wall that used to be Funkos all of a sudden transform into comics. And I'm like, he's going up, and I love it. And I've just been watching his videos, enjoying them since. Troy, how the heck are you, dude?
Not too bad. Hope everybody's doing good out there.
Heck yeah! What state are you in, dude?
Texas.
You are from the great state of Texas.
Great state of Texas.
That's where someone told me my bike is hidden in the basement of the Alamo. So I've got to come down.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, dude. I appreciate you. Tonight we were supposed to have my buddy Tyler from Pockets Full of Comics. Unfortunately, he had a scheduling conflict. So I put out the proverbial Illuminati bat signal, and I brought on Colossus Collector to come hang out, and I appreciate you filling in, buddy. How's it going? I haven't live streamed you in a minute.
My pleasure. It's going good, man. Always can't pass up an opportunity to chat with my buddy Brandon and then my friends here on the Big 5 Live.
I'm so grateful. The past 2 months, I've had unfortunate circumstances where a guest couldn't make it on for stuff beyond their control, and just another testament to the community when I can just put some feelers out there and, within an hour of the show start, and someone's like, I'll be your Huckleberry, literally sent me a gift. So I appreciate you.
That's the best gift. I was like, yeah, now I get to use it.
Ryan, how I know Ryan too, is he came on. I call him in my YouTube pledge class because we kind of hit the scene like a month or two apart. And I put up my videos and I go back and I look at it and I cringe. And Ryan pops on the scene with these amazing intros and graphics. And I'm like, Well, I might as well quit YouTube now. This guy's, 2 months after me, and just amazing, crushing it. And you have great comics, and you love talking about your comics. So that was my first few memories of Colossus. And then I knew he was a good guy. You know the positive people in this community. And so thank you for coming back. Very much appreciated, Colossus. Let's just say hi to the chat quick, because I'm always grateful for anyone that shows up. I never thought anyone would. Joseph Michaels, hashtag slabs, baby. First in the chat. Joe's a great guy. Bruce from Up North Comics, always here to support. Appreciate that. Tim Morris. Tim is one of the many creative members of the Codex comic channel. Great group of guys. More knowledge combined with everyone in their group. It'd be like Captain Planet forming, the 5 elements. They know a lot. Riley, what is going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Richard Westfall, the sweetheart of YouTube. I don't think Richard misses any of. Richard, do you watch anything other than your friend's shows on here? Because you just you're all over the place, man.
We love you, Richard.
We love you, Richard. Sal, another member of the Codex comic channel, Sal's Comic Corner. Hey, everyone. He came on the show. I brought the whole Codex channel on. He had a freaking amazing, I can't remember which Amazing Spider-Man it was, signed by Stan Lee. He can chime in. Beautiful copy, though. So what's up, Sal? What's up, Sal? Who else we got? Oh, gosh, Sophie, what's going on? Long time no see. Sophie from Jackpot Comic Talks, representing. Doug Botkin. Doug, another great guy who loves watching a lot of our channels. Just made a trade with him. That'll probably show up. Chris Parker, my local dude in Buffalo, New York. What is up, buddy? We'll hunt comics this summer. I guarantee you and I will find some time to get together. And then I think that's it. Oh, the Codex station has come on. Y'all are amazing. Oh, it's Jamie. Jamie is the leader. I think did he start the Codex channel? Did you, Jamie? You all meant on Comic Character of the Day on Facebook. I know that. I'm not sure if I think it was your inception with Tim on next. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cretan Bull, thanks for showing up. What
Man in the chair, I believe.
No, for real. Richard is the best. You're absolutely right. He is. I don't watch TV. You guys are all way more entertaining than anything on TV. I don't watch TV anymore either. I've watched you guys on YouTube and then a movie every once in a while. My wife's not home, some cheesy movie I can sneak in. So chat, thanks for stopping by. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. We have yapped long enough. Let's show some comics. So Amazing Spider-Man 51, yeah. Signed by Stan Lee and John Romita. Yeah. All right, so let's show some freaking comics. I'm gonna start with Yusa. I'm gonna go like this. Let's see if I can do this. How's that?
That's fine.
All right, what'd you bring for us, my friend?
Let's start with the one that I've been saving. I was hoping that it would arrive for this one, so let's remove that wrapper or plastic or whatever it is. Been after this one for not so long, but always wanted it, and then I gave an offer and it was accepted. It was a low ball offer and I was happy about it. Does it show?
Yep. We see it.
We see it. That's a beauty.
First
The first Kilowog, yeah.
That is sick.
So I got it for $50 from US shipped.
Congratulations. So that's a deal, man.
I was like, it's not gonna work, but then
it worked.
The offer came that it was accepted. So yeah, I was like, okay, we are gonna send the money.
Who was the cover artist on that?
It was Joe Staton and Bruce Patterson.
That's a cool cover. I always liked that one. First Kilowog. Yeah, congratulations, dude.
My favorite Green Lantern Kilowog. So yeah, had to have it. I like the big guys.
I was gonna say, is that because you're as big as him in real life? That's
almost almost former football player and heavyweight lifter. So yeah.
We're gonna hire you for our security at Terrificon and fly you over. We were talking like
That would be nice.
You're too nice though. Anyone messed with us, you'd be like, "Come have a beer," probably. So that was a good first book. What else you got, dude?
Okay. I've been trying to get those 1 to 10 Silver Surfers from the 60s, and currently I'm working towards the number 3, and I happen to come by number 2.
I love that cover.
Like, and it's in great condition. I don't know. I haven't found anything wrong with it, and it wasn't. It was like, I think, little over $100 from US to ship to Finland. So yeah,
That seems pretty damn good. Do you buy a lot of your books from the US?
some bigger books, because you can get you cannot get everything from Europe. So bigger books, but not
Gotcha.
not the smaller ones.
Next to Silver Surfer 4, I really love that cover.
Yeah,
I think his pose is badass on that cover. Is he like hunched over, like throwing out his blast?
I was today when I was in Helsinki city, and I was going to a comic book store, and I wanted to read the first 4 books, and I came by this. This collects the first 4 books, and I just read it before the show.
Does it number 1 start off with his origin story?
Yeah, number 1,
Zenla?
2, 3, and 4.
That doesn't look like it's too big either. It looks like it's manageable.
Yeah. And the art is awesome.
It is.
That run is really great art. I mean, the covers are incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't say, is that in what language is that in?
In English.
It is
I
in
only
English.
I only read in English.
Yeah, that's something else that if the chat doesn't know, or anyone else on the thing with Yusa is, he started his own YouTube channel speaking all English. If you asked me to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to speak in Finnish, I'm going to need about 7 years, 8 years probably.
Get on it.
It's easy. In Finland, it's like helppoa homma.
Yeah, no, that'd be it. Yeah, good call on the Silver Surfer, like little pocket, like it looks like a small pocketbook almost. It doesn't look that big.
It's like, I don't know. It's not A4. It's like a little bit smaller, like A4 paper.
Okay.
So it's I don't know what the size is, but it was a great read. It wasn't too small for the read. It was just perfect. It was like 4 panels on the page. So yeah.
Nice. Is Silver Surfer one of your favorite characters?
Yeah. Always
Nice.
been.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, what else you got for me, my friend?
Then, as some of you know, there was a first Comic-Con in Finland like 2 weeks ago. First ever.
Oh wow!
It was the first ever?
Yeah. There's never been a real Comic-Con. There's been like comic festivals or and that kind of stuff, but not a Comic-Con. And this one is a modern book. It's like 1 year old, but I like the cover, and I got it signed from Lee Bermejo.
That is a sick cover.
Yeah, I like this run. I have this run as in Bermejo covers. So yeah, this is my favorite cover from the run. So.
Was he there at the con?
Yeah,
Bermejo?
he was.
Nice.
And all the artists except Howard Shaking, all the artists gave everything free. I got Bermejo sketch, and I got like 5 or 6 Noto autographs, and then Bermejo autographs. Or everything was free.
That's
Oh.
incredible.
That is, yeah. It's the best I've seen is they give you like 5 free signatures at some places, and then they'll have to charge you at some point. So it's
I visited them on like Friday, and then I had to go home on Saturday and get more books because I was all out.
I've done the same thing. There's an artist I wanted. That's another thing about you too. You like collecting a lot of modern too, right? You collect and
Yeah,
read a lot of
because
modern.
modern and old. It's easier to get the modern ones.
I was gonna guess that. Yeah, it's probably more.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like from the modern book, it's like X-Men, Superman, then Spawn, and all the monsters, all the magic stuff, and that's kind of.
Do you want to? Are you excited for a possible new Spawn movie?
Yeah, I don't like the idea that Dodd is involved, but I like the idea that Spawn is maybe coming. But if Dodd is involved, it's gonna suck. But not either way, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, in the '90s, it's all we had was that first Spawn movie, and despite its cheesy graphics and shit, I still watch it. Still, if it's
Michael
on,
J.
like,
White was awesome on it.
yeah, he was a great Spawn.
Yeah.
And yeah, great movie, great comic book series. That was a good pick. What else did you bring for the Big Five Live, my friend? You're knocking it out of the park.
As we were talking about the Spawn, this is my maybe not a grail, but high up there.
Is that Gunslinger Spawn?
Yeah, the second Gunslinger appearance. It's the Spawn 175.
That's a sick cover.
awesome.
This is the end of the 2-part miniseries that introduces the Gunslinger Spawn. So yeah.
So is it technically his second appearance?
Yeah.
Or first? Okay.
Second. The 174 is the first one.
Does that get pretty pricey?
Yeah, it is pricey, but I found it in Finland in a mint condition. Like it was like €1, so it's like, I don't know, it's like 70 cents.
You found that one?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I couldn't decide which Spawn cover to bring, so I decided to bring them both. The other one that I brought is the first appearance of War Spawn.
Holy shit!
And this was also like 70 cents in Finland, and they are in mint condition. There's nothing on them.
Something about modern covers do suck me in, man, from time to time. And that definitely is doing it for me. That's incredible. Have you read the stories too? Like, have you read those books?
I haven't read these. I have the collected ones. I only usually read the collected ones if there's chance to read the collected ones, because it's so hard to get the one issue in Finland, so I don't want to ruin them. But if I don't have the collected one, then I'm gonna read them.
Yeah, I don't know. You just showed me 2 books you got for 70 cents.
Yeah.
I think less than $1 for these.
Yeah. Was 175 a low print run too? Tim was asking.
175 was like 22,000 copies, and the 79, the first Warspawn was like 19,000 copies.
Okay.
So quite low.
Wow, I'm moving to Finland.
I have one book that I found today. It was a surprise for me. If you would like to see it, I can get it. It's
we love a surprise too.
Little seconds.
No problem. It's Friday night. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to work on Monday.
Yeah.
Does that count?
I unfortunately am working on Monday because it's not.
I know. We'll
So-
forgive you, Canadian, because we love our neighbors to the
I
north.
had a holiday on last Monday. So.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys get all the holidays over there in Canada, I swear.
So
Okay. Got a decent amount.
this was the find of today. I was quite surprised that this was in Finland, but was happy to find it. I haven't found nothing on it. I've been watching it all night, but haven't found anything.
Whoa. Which one? Is that first Speedball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first speedball.
The Evolutionary War. Is that like is that a reprint?
No, it's
No, it's annual.
it's the newsstand. The Amazing Spider-Man annual.
I just haven't
22.
seen it in a while, I guess. I love Daredevil in the background.
Yeah,
You found that in Finland?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that you're having a hard time finding comics in Finland.
It was it was like $7.
That's a good price.
Hey man. That is a great. So that just you found that today?
Yeah, and then there's a couple of others, but if I bring everything,
We're gonna
I
come
gotta show
back
it.
around. What do you got next to you? What are you gonna show? I love it.
My last one was this one. This is a collected one. This is a trade paperback. I've been trying to get the first issue because this is one of my all-time favorite characters, but I haven't been able to get a decent copy in a decent price. So I brought the collected edition. Oh, this is sold out. Also, this collected one, but had to bring the demon.
The Demon, Etrigan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
All the 16 issues.
so you're looking for the first issue, but you haven't found it yet.
I've seen it, but they've been so beat up that I have been willing to pay the price, the shipping. They've all been in US, so and they're like, no, I'm not gonna pay the shipping, the price and the shipping and the VATs for that condition. So I haven't been. That's the problem living in Finland.
There's no doubt in my mind you'll come across one, my friend. You got the connections now. It was a great mix of DC, Marvel, and indie. Richard, he brought the variety. Very good job. Oh, look, I even changed the positioning up. God, I'm getting good at this StreamYard. I got to drink more often when I'm doing this. Thank you. So that was awesome. Let's get Hayden on the screen. Custom layout. I'm gonna go like this.
All right.
Hayden, what did you bring for the Big Five Live, my friend?
All right. Well, my first book. So I guess a little bit of introduction going into these. So I've only been collecting for about 2 years now, and my whole YouTube channel kind of coincides with me experiencing everything for the first time, because you got to start somewhere. And something I've been getting into a lot recently is Jim Lee, which I know everyone's been collecting a while. It's like, how have you not gone down that rabbit hole first? But so when people think of Jim Lee, obviously you think of X-Men and Batman, but the book I brought is probably my favorite cover of his, and it is Punisher War Journal number 6, which it does have Wolverine on the cover. So it's the first battle between Wolverine and the Punisher. Classic superhero shenanigans. The next issue after it is the first team up, so misunderstanding. But yeah, Punisher, I'll get into him a little bit later. Just one of my all-time favorites. But this Jim Lee cover is just amazing.
The fact that
I
all
have the finished version of that.
You had the finished version.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Troy?
the fact that Jim Lee did Punisher War Journal 1 through like 16, and the fact that none of those except for the Wolverines are worth anything is a crime, because it's just all amazing art.
That's
Yeah. The one of the another ones that's a dollar book that I think is really good that no one obviously cares about is Punisher on a jet ski. It looks kind of ridiculous, but yeah, but Jim Lee put his touch on it. So I mean, I've seen it around, and I'm definitely going to go after that one probably next. Yeah, I believe, but in terms of this, the War Journal series, Jim Lee, this is the first solo cover because I think he worked with somebody else. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, where they shared doing the covers, but I think this is his first solo on the series.
That's a very cool cover.
But yes, and it's, affordable book, $10, $20. But
nice, Troy.
There's that.
But
Out.
There you go. Yeah, that one. With the thigh showing and everything. All right, so the next book up. So I've been collecting a lot of modern Batman recently. So I originally was going to do these books. It's about 60-40, 60% online, 40% Richard. But I was going to show these books that I recently showed in a video. The first appearance of the Court of Owls. This is the one I found both these for $1 on Free Comic Book Day. Guess Comic Shop wanted to move some product. One of the better pickups, but I'm not showing these. I recently got a AOK from somebody you guys probably heard of, Ricky from All Sorts of Words. And this had to kind of replace those Batman books because, you guys can see for yourself.
Oh.
The first Ra's al Ghul.
Dude, that was an AOK from Ricky?
There's probably a little,
who cares?
Missing, but nothing. A little sticky note with a little love letter to Ricky. I think you fixed that.
I love that cover so much. I've almost bought that. So I don't collect Batman, but man,
I know it's this one of those. I have a whole video coming out in a couple weeks, but yeah, just some Neil Adams goodness. Some bozo wrote his name on Rachel's face, but
that means autographed.
Yeah, by Frank Brown.
Frank Brown autograph. One of a kind.
Frank. You're out there, Frank Brown. You're an asshole.
You can get that authenticated now at CGC.
Exactly. Yeah. But and I don't know, Brandon, off your newest video, I know you talked about percentage of the page makes it a green label. I don't know how much that will take off.
It does not count the cover, the front cover or back cover. That does not matter. It's only interior pages.
That's a teaser tear. You kind of get a little bit of a teaser on what's going on the inside.
Yeah. All right. And the next up is something that I don't think anybody's shown on the Big Five Live for the first time. So this is comic adjacent. It's not technically a comic book. There's pictures with words in it. So, you may consider it, but it actually hails from the country of Japan. So this year, we tragically lost probably one of the most influential anime and manga creators there is, Akira Toriyama. And whenever that happened, I went down the rabbit hole of what is the comic book manga equivalent of a first appearance. And I learned that there are these things called weekly shonen jumps. So in Japan, they come out in basically these big magazines. I'll show it here.
Yeah.
And these things are relatively thick, as you can see. And it's just full of single chapters, a few pages of, whatever story the creator's putting out. And then once it gets just, popularity and enough volumes or chapters, they'll make a volume and then you get it in a little one I have here. I can show. Come out in one of these.
Okay.
Yeah. But this one, and typically since there's so many stories, it's really hard to find a key with the series on the cover. Because I had a video a while ago on a first appearance, but it has some random stuff on the cover I've never seen before. But this is actually the first appearance of probably the biggest villain in Dragon Ball, Frieza. The kind of big stick, he's basically alien Hitler. He's taking over the galaxy and hates, basically anybody that are not his people and kills them off. But these came out in 1989, I believe. But super cool. Everything's Japanese, so I can't really read it. But
that was made in 1979.
Let me check.
89, I think he said.
Yeah, 89.
Oh, 89. Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of on the older side. People like to call it the godfather of manga and anime. And then a lot of popular creators now, they stemmed off, the stuff that he created. They
reprint those in English but like it breaks down to like 4 issues.
Yeah.
Compared to that big issue. My son actually, let me go get. My son has one. Has like a small stack of them.
Yeah, because these
My
Dragon
friend
Ball story in this is only like 4 pages. So
my friend is nuts for the manga stuff, and he has a room full of those, and he has like the whole Dragon Ball run from the 80s to nowadays. I don't know that much about them, but I know that
they have
they
a
are
crazy
hard to
fandom
come by.
behind it. Yeah, manga and anime fans are very vocal about that.
That was never shown. Oh yeah, there it is, Troy.
You can see how much thinner they are.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a first, Hayden. You win that one.
All right, thank you. I don't know if you've got in my next book. I don't know if anyone's done this yet, but so another big thing I love is Invincible. It was the show when it came out on Amazon. I got a little snippet of the first episode. I was like, what in the world's going on here? Like, I'm sure a lot of people. And that once I realized, I'm like, okay, this is a comic book. I went down the rabbit hole, and then it just kind of ingrained in the back of my mind and then shot me back into comic books. So I have a lot of love for the series just for doing that. And the story's great. So the book I have is actually a sketch by the artist of the series, Ryan Otley. It was Free Comic Book Day 2 years ago. He was in a local comic book shop in Tennessee. I got there extremely early so I could make sure I got a sketch. But yeah, so I mean, it was anything I wanted. And I'm like, oh, what's more fitting than just asking for Mark to get punched in the face? So
that's a pretty amazing sketch. Like,
dude,
that he did it. Yeah,
put the blood on and everything. Like, that's pretty cool.
I know. And the crazy part was I paid for a remark, and so this was his remark on a blank sketch. I don't know if I was the first guy in line. It's like, oh, okay, I'll show out for him. But I mean, he did all this live in front of me. He made the 50 so people behind me wait. I kind of felt bad, but
I mean, that could be a real cover. Like, full stuff. Like,
yeah, you could print that tomorrow and people would go ape shit.
100%.
If you hadn't said it was a sketch cover, I would assume that was the cover, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I saw the comment pop up. It was at Comics Exchange in Knoxville.
That's one of a kind. Like, that is a real nice piece. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I've seen some of his sketches in full color, like on people that post on eBay. It's like thousands. Like he takes a lot of pride in his blank sketches I've seen. So yeah, this is definitely probably top 2 because my next book's probably my favorite in my entire collection. Definitely number 1 in my Invincible run.
What issue is that?
This is a 111. The funny thing is, since the run is so scarce anyway, the blank sketches run you like $25 to $50. So I had to hunt around just to find an Invincible blank sketch too. So yeah, I won't spoil the key significance of this book just for possibly the show's coming up on it pretty soon. But
you know, I love me some Invincible. Modern
He's
comics
awesome.
threw me in too.
Yeah,
Otley's a great artist.
People don't know what's coming up. What people thought Omni-Man was bad, beating on Mark. Just wait till some other guy comes. It gets.
That's
really
what Ricky said. That's what Ricky
I've been
said.
waiting him.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. But my last book is my favorite book. You know, The House is Burning Down. What are you gonna grab? It's one of those things where you don't realize it until you have it. A character so important to you, their first appearance, and every time you look at it, you just get that feeling. I'm sure Brandon, whenever you look at your First Man thing, you think that. But it is none other than The Amazing Spider-Man number 129, the first appearance of Mr. Frank Castle, the Punisher, that I got on an insane deal on Instagram of all places. Didn't have to haggle. I had to sweet talk the guy to let me be the guy that claimed it because I'm sure a million other people DM'd him. But yeah, I mean, I got it for about $300 under fair market value, which was pretty insane.
I remember when you got that and you made the video and you were begging for change, trying to pay it back.
Yeah, it's whoo. I definitely had to move some stuff around. I mean, this to me, I mean, kind of a personal holy grail. I was kind of thinking I wouldn't get this for years and years and years, and then when push comes to shove, the price is right. I mean, you just got to pull the trigger sometime. So
I think most would agree. That's like when I think of liquid books and comics, I think of Secret Wars #8. I
Mhm.
think of Amazing Spider-Man 252, and I think of that book. Like you can move them so quick. They're so wanted by everyone. It's a great cover. First appearance, you got them right on there.
I know.
Were you? Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, Amazing Spider-Man. Everyone loves the yellow covers too, and it happens to have a yellow.
Everyone loves a good yellow cover. That is beautiful, dude. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's the first time this book has been on the show, I believe.
Oh, well,
So
there you go.
there you go. Exactly. Question for the panel: what'd you guys think of the Thomas Jane Punisher movie?
I loved it.
I liked it in its time. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
not one I'm like, oh, I got to go back and watch that like right now. But I liked it in its time. I've never been like super picky about the movies.
That guy gets stabbed for real in that movie, and it's on screen. Come on, how can you beat that?
You said, did you like it?
I loved it. I've loved both of the Punisher movies. I think that I love the Warzone better, but the Jane one is awesome because it was the first real Punisher movie that came out.
Did you guys see? It was just a YouTube. I think it's called. Is it Dirty Laundry? It might be
The fan made one.
No, it's the one Thomas Jane did one.
Yeah,
And it's a short. Is that a fan made one?
Yeah,
Troy?
yeah. It's considered a fan made, but it's got the production values of a movie.
Right.
And
Have
Thomas
you seen it,
Jane was
Issa?
in it?
I think what?
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's only like I just looked it up. It's like a 10-minute short, just an excerpt of what anyone could see the Punisher like in a comic panel, just happening to walk in, no supervillains required, just everyday life and him just being a complete badass around it. Hey, you haven't seen it, Ryan?
No, I'm gonna look it up right after this.
The first time I watched it like two more times. I was like, holy crap, that would like make this movie. Hello, there we go.
I mean, I'm not a huge Punisher guy, but I think if you made like a brutally, like just a brutal John Wick style kind of
Yeah.
Punisher movie, it would kill. It would kill.
Can you imagine if John Wick wasn't John Wick and that was the next Punisher movie we got? And they incorporated all that fight style, the shooting and stuff, it would have worked.
Gun fu, I think he calls it.
Yeah. I mean, a little more hard arsenal for the Punisher though. He likes the big guns.
Yeah. But I mean, I just mean like that style of like this guy, nothing can stop this guy, kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really, really cool. But
as you are speaking the fan films, have you seen the new Logan the Wolf fan film?
No,
it's been recommended to me multiple times.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was like Viking stuff, but Logan and Magneto and Vikings. And
I'm looking that one up too.
It's called Logan the Wolf.
Logan the Wolf. Yeah,
I think I've seen it on like going through my feed and stuff.
Yeah, it's on like the top recommended right now.
It's awesome. I've watched it like 10 times already. So
I'm in. That is awesome. Well, Hayden, those are great books. We're gonna go with my boy Troy next. Let's do the layout. Troy, what's up, dude?
Okay, so I've not been doing it for years and years like some of you guys have. I just looked it up. A year ago this month is when I got into comics.
Nice, dude. 1 year anniversary. Quite a good looking wall for 1 year, if I may say so.
Well, I just checked my cover price, and I have 4,400 comics in cover price, and I got like 4 short boxes I haven't put in there yet. So, yeah, I've amassed a lot in 1 year. But
I love it.
So I got 4 comics and 1 non-comic that I'm gonna be showing off.
I know how it goes, Troy. I know how it goes.
It's crazy, right? And just think, I did all this without a job. You guys, people with a job, how do you guys not have everything? I'm joking. In case you guys don't know, I am a disabled veteran. I'm 100% disabled, so that's the reason why I don't have a job. So,
well, thank you for your service, man. We appreciate you.
I did it for you. Specifically, Brandon.
I appreciate that.
I didn't even know it, but when I signed up, I was like, "There's a guy named Brandon." No, I'm joking.
He needs my fucking help.
So my first book is Demon in the Bottle.
A freaking great book to start with, man. That cover, I'm not a big Iron Man. I don't collect any Iron Man, but if I was going to buy like 3 covers, that's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I love characters that are real, if you know what I'm saying. That's what as anybody watch the X-Men stuff, that the X-Men collectors chat, the Kitty Pryde's my favorite because I feel like she's the most felt out real person that they've done all together. And the fact that you can have the main hero, not the sidekick, not somebody they're trying to save, but the main hero have an issue like alcoholism is just crazy to me. I mean, it's just, and I only paid $30 for this book. I know it's only 6.5, but for $30, who's gonna walk by this?
That's a good deal. I don't know fair market value, but I see them going for quite a bit regardless. I mean, I don't see Raws at that price, so
Yeah, I mean it's in really good shape for the most part, but that's my first book.
do you collect a lot of Iron Man, Troy, or was that completely a cover buy?
I came across it by like happenstance. There's certain books outside of my realm. If you don't know, I collect Man-Thing, I collect X-Men, I collect certain artists and covers, and then there's some X-Men adjacent stuff I collect. So I don't do Iron Man, but there are certain books for every character that I look for.
I'm the same way, dude. I think everyone has a touch of that in them, you know?
Yeah, like I showed you that I have all 1 through 19 of the Punisher War Journal because it's Jim Lee stuff. So I'm very much a completionist, and that's an issue in a hobby like comics, because that's what you get in that trouble like you have right behind me. So I do collect Amazing Spider-Man, but basically the McFarlane stuff too. Which segues into my second book.
Oh, great book.
Never Let the Black Cat Cross Your Path. First Black Cat, obviously. It's only a 5.0, but I mean, I got a great price for it. I only paid $100 for this, which I thought was a good deal.
That's another hot book that
yes.
you always see for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a J. Scott Campbell fan, and the first stuff I really saw him do was Black Cat. So because he got that, I read all the books, and I really kind of became a fan of hers, which I never really cared for the most part. I mean, I remember back when I used to collect the love triangle that was going on with Mary Jane and him and all that. And I mean, I think Peter Parker chose wrong. I mean, the Black Cat's hotter. I mean, not a model, but she steals, so she probably makes more money too.
And she could fight too, right? They could have combat dates.
Yeah, see? But yeah, so this is my second book. Absolutely love that. And yeah, I do collect the Amazing Spider-Man, the earlier stuff, and I stopped right after McFarlane. So I say that, and then I got like the first Carnage behind me in the wall, but for the most part, you know, there's always the key books.
Right.
My next book is showing one of my other things I collect. I am a huge fan of Looney Tunes.
Who doesn't love Looney Tunes? Come on, Marvin the Martian.
The Marvin the Martian Green Lantern cover. I mean, it saddens me because I am not a DC guy that they couldn't have done Marvin the Martian with the Infinity Gauntlet instead, but all the rings I'll deal with it.
No lie, my best friend in the world growing up next door to me, my best man at my wedding, when we were in like middle school, he wore a Marvin the Martian hat to school, and the older kids hazed him ruthlessly. So they started calling him Marvin, and it stuck with him forever. So Marvin the Martian holds a special place in our heart.
I mean,
who's done the cover on that?
Yeah, who did the cover on that?
This is George Corona and Spike Brandt.
Okay, now I know what I have to find next.
So is that the homage to the Tom Brady cover?
I don't know what I honestly,
like, you know, the Green Lantern cover where he's got all the rings. They call the Tom Brady cover. Is that like the homage to that?
Homage to that, yes.
Yeah.
I think they must be.
I looked for this for a 9.8 forever. and I've never found one. So I got the 9.6 because I've never found anything else. I mean, this is a very hard cover to find, period.
Did you ever find 9.8s anywhere? And if you did, how much were they going for? Or you
I
just
still
didn't see
haven't.
them?
I've never seen one, not period. And I look.
What year's that book from?
Oh, it's a newer one. It's 2016.
So 8 years old. Have you checked the CGC census to see how many 9.8s are out there? That'd be interesting to research.
I don't have the ability to check that right now.
I thought anyone could check the census. I didn't think you had to have membership to check the census. Do you, Ryan? I can't remember.
I never checked the census. I don't care.
I love doing the
just make it
research.
count.
Come on, you're no fun.
Yeah, I don't know how you
figure it out though.
But
yes. I love it. I love your pick so far.
My fourth book, I just got back today. Had to wait forever for this to come in. But I love my artists. One of them, Scotty Young. And my favorite movie of all time. So if you guys know, all-time movie, Jaws. So I had to get the Feral cover.
That is great.
If that's just not the best, come on.
Who did the cover for that?
Scotty Young.
Scotty Young. Okay, so Jaws, one of my top favorite movies too. I live in a pond, so I want to show that movie on a projector screen at some night in front of my pond. But when I lived in Alaska and worked on the ocean as a kayak guide, everyone, like, when you're in a boat, you have to have, your walkie to hail other boats that are coming towards you. Like, even if you're in a kayak, you had to have them by the Coast Guard's command. And I wanted my call name to be Quint. I thought that was awesome, for people that had to call me. And my boss was a smart ass. He's like, "No way, man, you're Hooper. You don't get to be as cool as Squint." So whenever he called me on the radio, he'd be like, "Hey, Hooper, you over there?" I'm like, "God damn it."
My last but not least thing, Brian always knows, but I'm going to be opening up
the doing it
special.
You're going to open it?
Yes.
First of all, explain to everyone in the chat.
Right
and
now?
everyone.
Oh, shoot.
So if you guys don't know, this has a 100% lead figure in it. So you can see it right there. It says lead figurine.
Is it the Eagle Moss figure?
Not designed for toys. Do not dispose of. Warning, blah, blah, blah. Wash your hands. Don't put it near your mouth. Do not place it near your mouth. Just warning after warning after warning.
Are you going to put on gloves?
No. I was a tanker in the Army. I dealt with freaking depleted uranium all the time, and I'm still alive. So
that is just crazy to me that exists. And they're like, yeah, we can just put in a warning label.
Is there a reason why they made it and they made it out of lead? Like, is there a back?
It's got to be heavy as hell.
Oh, it is very heavy. And it's very hard to get out.
Man, the guys in marketing must have a field day.
I'm so intrigued.
There you guys go.
Nice.
Is the stand lead?
The whole thing is. It's one solid piece.
So you're touching lead.
I am touching it.
You're rolling the dice.
Oh, but there you go.
Wild Man Troy right here.
Is it done by Eagle Moss?
Who makes that statue?
Is the Eagle Moss?
I actually don't see. Yes, Eagle Moss.
Yeah, I've got those characters also. I got like Thing and Colossus and Ghost Rider and Thor
there's a Colossus.
Yeah, it's an awesome looking Colossus.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna touch lead too.
And then there's
Ryan's like exceptions can be made.
Juggernaut and
there's a Juggernaut.
Yeah, and there's like 250 characters from Marvel of those, and there's like DC characters also.
Are they all made of lead?
And
yeah, at least mine are.
What is that, Troy?
It comes with a slip cover, so it's a little box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, you said do those have warnings on the ones you have too?
Yeah, they had warnings.
We're a
But
bunch of Girl Scouts over here in the U.S. apparently.
Yeah.
What the hell? Let's just throw out some lead figures, toughen people up
I
again.
think that Eagle must does them in Europe.
That makes sense. That cover is from the first few books that they actually that came out around the Man Thing movie in the early 2000s. Troy, have you seen that freaking train wreck?
Yes.
Oh,
And it has a book, The History of.
okay, that's really cool. Hold on, let me make you big for that. That's
Nice.
History of the Man Monster.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And if you look at the bottom, it shows you the books in order.
That is really cool. I wonder if that exists just like raw, loose on eBay. I gotta
I'm
look
sure
for
it
that.
does. I'm
Yeah,
sure you
yeah, they are. There are a lot of those in eBay. I don't know how many are in US, but I know that in Europe those are sold like.
Oh, that Dead of Night
everywhere.
one's cool.
That Dead of Night one was really cool. The EC homage.
Do you have that, Brandon?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Dead of Night.
Put it on the list.
You're such a bad influence.
We're all bad influences, my friend.
We
Yeah, I
are.
can tell you right now, I now have a short box and a half full of Man Thing and Man Thing appearances.
You're going for every appearance, right? Or every
Every
connection, right? That is a testament to you. Tonight's show is sponsored by Grow Brewing Company. This is my buddy's brewery. You guys will love this. So he has a tattoo artist design the labels for the beer can. So it's got the devil from the Hot Stuff comics riding a scorpion. So that's how you know it's good beer in America. So thank you, Grow Beer, for sponsoring the show tonight. Colossus, you're one that we joked was the main purveyor of fine paper last year, and you've been kind of quiet this year on the Western Front. So I'm interested to see what you brought to share with us.
Yeah, I'm working. I've narrowed my focus this year. I'm trying to get an X-Men 1. I have not been buying too many books. So I don't really have anything new to show tonight. But I got the call like a half an hour before the show, I had to scramble. What am I going to bring tonight? And I just said, let's just bring some heat. Let's bring some stuff that I know Mon's going to like. So I know he likes.
I love it.
I know he likes Silver Age. So this first one is Strange Tales, 135. That is the first appearance of Nick Fury as Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's also the first appearance of Hydra. And this is like a 8.5 copy. Quite fresh.
Look at that Kirby goodness.
Colors popping. Love it.
That's really nice for a 60-year-old book.
I got this one from Dave from West Coast Avengers.
I've yet to buy a book from him. I just haven't been able to catch his sales are on Wednesday. I'm always in bed.
Yeah, he starts late because he's West Coast, and he goes long though. Like you got to go on you got to go on when you're on vacation or something because he goes like 4 or 5 hours.
He's like Neo plugged into the Matrix. He's a machine.
I know Kung Fu.
Exactly.
So a little more Kirby. I've got Thor 165. And this is the first full appearance of him, who later we know becomes Adam Warlock. I'm trying to find the best. There we go.
What a sweet cover.
Beautiful black background, Silver Age cover. I love black covers.
I know you're a sucker
It's crazy
for them.
you got that in such a high grade and with a black cover. There's
Right.
older books just.
Yeah, that's a hard grade in that. Okay, anyone on the panel? Was anyone a fan of what they did with Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Made him a moron? No.
Nope.
I didn't love that part.
Nope.
And I didn't love the casting, to be honest. I liked the movie, but I think Adam Adam Warlock kind of got done dirty a little bit by James Gunn.
It's
Yeah.
funny how the movies I've mentioned tonight and asked you, we've all agreed on whether we liked it or we thought this, like, I think a lot of us have, the same feelings about a lot of this stuff. But that book and that grade, I look at that whenever you have your live stream. I'm always looking behind you. I'm like, man, that's a high grade.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. I grabbed all my high grade stuff, so sorry if I'm flexing a little bit.
Nope, I love it.
So speaking of black Silver Age covers, I grabbed this one. I love this one. I know my friend Brandon is a big Daredevil guy or an aspiring big Daredevil guy. This isn't 1 to 10, but this is.
I mean, if you're gonna have one that's not 1 to 10,
number 37. Awesome face-off cover. I don't know what Daredevil's going to do against Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I mean,
Break his fist.
I don't blame Doom for standing like that. But
that is so beautiful,
just
dude.
Such a killer book. I love it. I love it. I've been like I said, I'm working on getting to the X-Men 1, and I've been like evaluating my collection, thinking about like, is there anything I can like just part with? And I've parted with some pretty big books this year. And I look at this one, and I just every time I look at it, I can't even think about getting rid of this one. It's just high grade silver. I don't know. I love this book. So
there's just some books you look at on your, like, if sometimes I think when we're making those choices with our collections, like what could we possibly move to obtain that grail?
Yeah.
There are certain books you look at and you're like, you're not going anywhere.
The fact that it's at this high a grade, I'm not a big Daredevil guy, but like I absolutely love this one.
I've been looking my Daredevil number 3 and thinking that maybe I should sell it because I need something bigger.
I know the feeling. Like I want to get that X-Men 1, but and like part of the goal is that I'm trying to like really fund most of it, if not all of it, through reselling and hobby and like side quests kind of stuff, side hustle-y kind of stuff. It's just kind of hard. It's hard. I don't want to part with stuff, but I got to make some hard decisions. All right, so we were talking about Iron Man. I see Mr. Aikens in the chat here. I brought a little Iron Man love, although this isn't really an Iron Man key. It is a Thanos, Drax the Destroyer, and Star Fox key, right? Yes, Star Fox as well.
Who are the brothers? Their first appearance too.
Yeah, it's the Kronos, it's the Blood Brothers.
Yeah, don't forget about the Blood Brothers.
Oh no.
What kind of bad luck is that?
Kronos, sorry, Kronos is Thanos' father, so that's also first appearance. This is like a 5-character first appearance book.
What were you gonna say, Troy? Because I know I think I have the same sentiment.
Yeah, it's like could you the bad luck to come out in the same book as some big heavy hitters like that? Like you just get lost in the shuffle.
Totally. I mean, I don't even know if I don't know how many appearances the Blood Brothers have across the Marvel books, but I don't think many people remember them.
Is that an old label?
Yes, it is. I gotta get this one reholdered. Been kind of just holding out for when I send in a few extra books, but again, I'm not trying to spend money this year, so it'll come. I've been like borderline thinking about cracking this and getting Jim Starlin to sign it, but I don't know. I don't want to lose the 8-0. So
doesn't have to go down, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't always trust these old books or these old cases, so I probably won't do it. I'm not a big signature guy either, so
it's interesting you feel that way about the old case. I mean, when I cracked my Man-Thing 1 to get it signed by Roy Thomas, I had them do it, and it was a 9.4. like I felt the same, like kind of like I'm like I'll just be happy if it comes back in 9.4. Like I just come back in 9.4. I had CCS press it because they're the only option at that point, you know, when they're cracking an already signed slab because it was signed by Frank Bruner. So when it came back in 9.6, I almost lost my mind because I was just like,
I mean, sometimes it works out, right?
yeah, sometimes you gamble and win. I've heard more stories about I've heard more stories about not gambling and winning.
I gotta say the one you know unfortunate part of this book is that Thanos isn't on the cover because he's the one that actually goes on to be like the biggest first appearance out of this book. But still, love having it.
What was Thanos' first cover appearance? Eric from SideQuest Comics, I think, recently got that book.
Richard Westfall would know. He's a big.
Yeah, Richard. What's Thanos' first cover appearance? He'll answer in a second. What you got a final book for us?
I do have a final book. So this was my one monster purchase of the year. This year,
love this book.
I know Brandon already knows what this is. Short little backstory. Steppo Collecto 6. He showed this book. He's got a 9.6.
I think it's the second highest on the census
of this book, and he showed it in probably on Biggie Shaq's channel during one of the Collector Club show face-offs or poker games, and I literally just like almost died seeing that book. It was so nice. I loved the cover, and I've been like. I was like low-key obsessed with it ever since. And I did make it a goal to go out and buy it, but I came across this in a heritage auction. I got like an absolute monster deal on this book, and it was pretty high grade. And this is Strange Tales 107 in an 8.5. This is very early Marvel Silver Age. And it's an incredible Human Torch versus Submariner, Water versus Fire cover. Old school Strange Tales trade dresses, even before the Marvel corner box days. It's like super clean, super high grade. And what's also really cool about this book is it's Stan Lee and Larry Lieber stories. So there's multiple stories in here. Dick Ayers, Steve Ditko, Larry Lieber art, and a Jack Kirby cover. They all worked on this book in some capacity, which is just so cool. It's just I absolutely adore this book.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. When Ryan first got that, he like chatted with a bunch of us. He's like, "I'm such a fraud," and I'm like, "No, man, that thing's a beautiful, like you have the chance to get that book in that grade."
Is that the robot or the Fantastic Four version of the Human Torch?
This is Johnny Storm. Yeah.
Yeah. The robot was all Golden Age, right? Is that when?
Yeah. I mean, he has, I think there's a couple appearances here and there in the Silver Age, but this is after, just shortly after the start of the Fantastic Four run. So just love it.
Bravo.
No X-Men. I didn't bring anything.
I'm really impressed. That shows the caliber of your collection, though. And even though everyone knows he's a heavy X-Men collector, how you do branch out too. Everyone,
I do.
You have that main like Fantastic Four, but I go outside it all the time.
Well, I've just hyper-focused X-Men this year, but
yeah, you are. Don't worry, I've taken your spot, and I'll prove that right now. All right, so you guys had some great books, but I'm going to try to take you guys. We're going to start with the Golden Age, and we're going to go into the Silver Age, and then we're going to finish at the Bronze Age. And these are all recent pickups, some that I've had on videos, some that I haven't. This first one just jumped on an Instagram claim sale. I forgot it's like IFTV. I have to look it up. I'll put them in the description after the video's over, but they had this for a very low price. And I was like, why is that so cheap? And they said there was a little bit of glue inside the cover and some color touch. And some people, it's not graded, So I could possibly have it removed, but like when you go to Golden Age, like there's certain I feel ages where this becomes more acceptable to you just because of the limited amount of copies that are out there and how iconic they are. But it's Tomb of Terror number 12. I've been dipping into some pre-code horror. This is a really classic cover. It would have been so much more. I think it was because of the color touch and the restoration. I think I paid. They're asking 200. I think I paid 175. If this was not touched up and stuff, it'd be like more like an $800 book. But I loved this cover. I always have because it's a classic Lee Elias cover. And if the chat or you guys aren't too familiar with Lee Elias, but he is the one who was famous for doing Chamber of Chills 19, the skeleton with a drinking glass, and it has the lady in the red dress and her face is like half skull. So he is like the prolific Golden Age artist for some horror stuff, and that guy just about to get branded. Last year I bought one pre-code horror book, and I didn't think I was going to go down that road. But as you guys know, it's become a pretty big buyer's market, and prices have dropped to where a little more obtainable. And if you're willing to take one with a little restoration, you can get it even more. And the price was right, and the cover looked great. So this is 1953 or 4, I believe. So yeah, just love that color. I wanted some kind of book with a terror in it. And then this one, another Golden Age pre-code horror, comes by way of, I wish he was here tonight, and that's why I chose this book. But Tyler, who is host of Pockets Full Comic, he showed a bunch of Golden Age horror months ago that he had in his collection. And I was like, I knew people were going to be reaching out. And I was like, listen, no pressure. If you ever decide you want to get rid of this book, I'd definitely be interested. Like it's a very special cover. By the way, Tomb of Terror, I looked, there's 91 graded copies on the CGC census. Are there some raw? Sure, but it kind of gives you an idea how many are out there. This one, there's only 14 copies on the CGC census. Now they're on eBay. You can go buy them. They're in worse shape than the one I got. And so Tyler, we talked for months. Like he asked questions about stuff about YouTube or his books, and like I also like just loved, he would share books of his collection that his grandfather had saved and amassed over years of 700 Golden Age books, and just mind blowing watching him flip through this stuff. And so this book, I helped him with his intro to his channel. If you go watch his new intro, I helped cook him up that. And so it was like part trade, part cash. And we agreed on the price. It's Adventures into Terror number 29. It's a really sweet vampire cover with a lady in the red dress. You just don't see these pop up too often. The trade dress is gorgeous. Cover artist is Joe Maneely. I don't know too much about him. This is Atlas Publishing too. So like right before, Atlas, code goes into effect, and then Marvel is eventually born out of Atlas. But I love vampires. I love vampire movies. And this was like one vampire cover where I really wanted it. So those are my first two books, are some pre-code horror. The third book I chose is because I haven't shown it that much lately. I just felt like I was just kind of drowning the channel in it, but I got to stay on my goal. So going into the Silver Age, Fantastic Four, 94, first Agatha Harkness. So I picked up a couple more for my Lee Kirby run. This came from Comic Fanatic 86 on Instagram. One of my top rated sellers. Just the way he does sales Tuesdays and Thursdays, and will build boxes for you and ship when you're ready. And his packaging is bar none. These came in beautiful Mylar. So yeah, really pumped to add the first Agatha Harkness. I paid a good price for this, what I think, because I've seen it going for more lately.
I was watching the same book, and I saw that you were grabbing it. So
yeah. So Agatha Harkness. So in the Silver Age, this was good to add to my Fantastic Four run. I was, what number am I at, Richard? I have 62 out of the 102 issues. And so that's 40 left, and they're going to take a lifetime probably. The next one came from a trade with Doug Bakken. I think he watches a lot of our channels. He's always in the chats. Saw I was doing the Daredevil run, and he reached out. He's like, hey, I've got this issue. I'd love to trade with you. And I sent him a picture of my trade pool, and he picked out some books that we figured would be a fair market value, and he traded me Daredevil number 6. So the last time Daredevil appears in that costume, this is a Wally Wood cover, and then they change him to the Wally Wood changes him to the red suit. So first appearance, the Masters of Fear with Mr. Fear, the Ox, and Eel. Just classic.
And you have all 10 now, Brandon?
I am one away. I am number 5 away. Okay. But I have a plan to buy that in June. I'm going on a comic hunt with someone, long time coming. So I think I'm going to wait till I'm hunting with him to get that book. So yeah, it's pretty surreal. I didn't think I'd pull that off this year. Started kind of going off the collecting rails, but then like just presented itself. A couple I traded for, and some friends had ones that they're all lower grade mostly. And like you guys saw, like my 1 is a 1.0, my 2 is a 2.0. You know, it's whatever I can get it in. And then in the Bronze Age, this is really special to me, as it was just A-okay to me. And the more I researched it, the more I found out that it was like even more meant to be. So this is from September of 1980, which is my birth year. And Hagen from Lettuce Comics just sent me the Howard the Duck number 7 magazine size.
What's the price on that one in US?
I don't know what. Oh, in US, 125 in 1980.
No, the current price. What's
I don't know. I didn't look it up. I did not look this up
because it that was sold in Finland like week ago, like $3. So I was watching it and thinking about buying it, but I wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, this was he got this from his local comic shop.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Davis, Howard the Duck, him and Man-Thing are such an unlikely. Some people get pissed at, like, I went on the Codex station and we did a like character of the week for Man-Thing, and it was like everyone had to pick like the thing they liked the most, and they picked his relationship with Howard the Duck. But it would be interesting to see those two show up in a movie. I don't know if they'd go there with Howard, but I really think we're due for Man-Thing. I think the last year, they did the Christmas special, the Halloween special 2 years ago. And then everyone last year, they did it in black, and they re-released it, but in color instead of black and white. And everyone's like, oh, they're being cheap. But they forget the strikes were going on. That was like the only thing they could do to offer something newish on the Disney Channel during Halloween. So I think this Halloween, like I got money on it that we'll see Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing come back, because I think they built a really good chemistry in that show with them. And is it true to Man-Thing's actual character? No, but I don't know if comic nerds, like non-comic nerds going to the movies, would understand him like the people who read him, or how that would translate to being some kind of hero. But we'll see. But so
the rumor right now is that the Blade film is going to lead into Midnight Suns and then Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, Moon Knight, and then Ghost Rider will be kind of the team.
Yeah,
like Legion of Monsters.
Yeah,
which would be
pretty
cool.
Is there any movement on Blade, on the most recent Blade? Is there any movement?
Yeah, I think they're filming soon.
Yeah, they should be starting like in a couple of months.
Yeah,
the filming.
It's apparently good vibes now between like Mahershala Ali and.
Is he playing Blade?
Yeah.
Okay, because wasn't there a point when he backed out, when he was like, it was like,
no, there was just rumors that he was unhappy with where things were going and the rewrites a million times. Like it definitely was kind of in production hell for a while, but it sounds like they figured it out, and Blade's gonna kill vampires now. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, there was like a story for the Ali film that Blade is like second or the third character on the film, and there's some other who is the main character, and Ali wasn't happy with that, and then the Disney got like rewriting the whole thing.
Yeah, there's been all kinds of rumors like that, and
David said it. David just said it. It's going to Blade
back on the rails.
Blade movie, but not focused on Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just want some good monster shows to come out. I think we all do. Thanks for reading the plot, right? Anything that Marvel can put out that can be good, that we can enjoy, like X-Men 97. I have not finished the complete thing. I don't know if you guys have, but I mean, the 5th episode, I almost cried by the end of. even Ricky from All Sorts of Words. It was like some of the single best writing that Marvel has ever done
Yeah.
in some kind of like cartoon or movie form. It was wonderful, and the action was the right amount. So like they can do it.
It was a triumph.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a triumph.
It was.
At last.
Yes. Let me go around. I'd like to know what you guys each have coming up on your channel. So, Yusa, what's going on with ThingComics? What do you got coming up, man?
Okay, I've been thinking that if I get the Silver Surfer #3, that's coming, but that depends on the good buy and good find, because I don't want it like low grade. And then there's like 3 or 2 packages waiting for me at home. I'm not so sure what they contain, but I'm gonna crack them open and see what I've been ordering. I think that there is going to be like one of the packages are going to contain Something is Killing the Children, the complete run. So maybe that one is going to be the next one.
I just got into that. Someone had recommended it to me, said I love it, being a monster lover. And I went to my local library with my daughters. I take them there to like, obviously I encourage reading, but they have like toys and stuff there for my younger one. And I was like, do you guys have a graphic novel section? And they're like, yeah. And I went over and they had volumes 1 through 6 of Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah.
I was like, boom. So I rented out the first issue and I blew through that. And then I went back and I rented out like volumes 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Blew that, and 5 and 6. They don't have 7 there, unfortunately, but what a great series. I love the story. I love the monsters.
I think that the issue 36 just came out like week or two ago. So, but I've read it all already. I waited for it's like deluxe trade paperback edition that I got. There's like the whole round of the 32 issues. So
no spoilers.
Yeah,
No.
please.
Yeah, I can't.
Everything is laid out on the video.
Yeah, right. All right, Hayden, what do you got coming up, dude?
Been trying to finally got into a groove. So Mondays at 10 a.m. is when the videos are coming out. So this upcoming Monday, it's a pretty sad video, just from the sense that I plan to do a big extravagant hunt in Europe for comic books, and I failed to recognize that it was a national holiday on Monday in Switzerland. So, but there's still my first Golden Age unboxing I threw in there, and it's kind of like how Ryan said about having, seeing somebody else have a book and just thinking about it forever and ever. That was this book by none other than Brandon. So
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's my first Golden Age book. It was, once I saw it on your channel, it took a few airport beers, and then I just went ahead and just bought it. But and then the next Monday after that will be this A-OK unboxing from Ricky, and there's some amazing books in there, including the one I just showed today. And then on Instagram, I just went and did some spring cleaning that I'm going to be posting soon of a bunch of books. I'm going to try to consolidate, hopefully, into some bigger ones. Hopefully, maybe the first Green Goblin, maybe some Invincible Keys, maybe first Electro. I got a ton of books I priced out, and hopefully I'll be, if you send me, once I post them, if you want to shoot me an offer, I'll probably accept it. I'm just looking to get rid of all of them so I can get some bigger books.
Dude, you sound just like Shia LaBeouf in Transformers right now, where he's like, it's all on my eBay store, trying to save up to buy a car. That was perfect. I had to go off the rails on a second because Eric from SideQuest was a cool Kickstarter for Something That's Killing the Children and his other work for art behind books, artworks and stuff. I'm in the art book for Something That's. What are you in the art book for, Eric? Do you have an inside hookup, and can you help us as nerds? Because I'd like to know. That's interesting. Hayden, I look forward to that stuff, man. I love when your new videos drop. And I'd like to ask Troy, what's going on? Are you just going to change? Is your whole wall going to be comics behind you soon, or what?
I don't know. I am going to be changing the posters. I got my. I'm gonna move this one over there.
Have you done a room tour video?
I have not. That's actually one of the things that's going to be coming. Oh, there we go. That's one of the things I got coming up this week. Hopefully, I'll have it done this week.
That sounds fantastic. And then your regularly scheduled programming?
Yes, nothing major coming up. I got a mystery box coming up. From I bought one of those boxes that Bryce Comics had. If everybody saw it. Nothing big in there, I don't think, but it's just something fun to do and just to show off some stuff. And that's it. I don't have anything really planned coming up. I'm saving up money for August.
Who, if anyone knows, Troy will be at Terrificon with us. We are gonna get to hang and hunt comics and just get weird in person. I'm excited for that.
This goes out this week to a certain person.
You know what? That's funny you mentioned that. I got two things next to me once I get your address back that are coming to you. So this community is great. It's too crazy how nice everyone is, except for Ryan. Ryan, you are awesome. You're the Colossus collector. What do you got coming out, dude? You said nothing. Maybe another live show.
Well, hopefully I will get off the schneid and edit this video that I've had in the hopper for a couple weeks. So I keep saying look out for that every time this comes up, and it's been weeks and weeks and I haven't done it yet. But I will have a video coming out. I'm hoping Monday, but next week. And we'll definitely have another meeting of the Council of X in the next week or two. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's all that's really planned right now.
Well, your Council of X has been a great show to watch because it's another great thing that brings a lot of the community together too. So even like I appreciate the X-Men. I think they're awesome. I just don't collect them. It was like, I went with Fantastic Four because I do adore Marvel's First Family. But yeah, it's been a great show. I've enjoyed watching it, Ryan. I enjoy watching all you guys. It's really like Richard. I really don't watch TV anymore. I'm usually watching you guys at lunch breaks and regular breaks, and I really appreciate you all coming on the show. It's an honor to get to host other creators and talk comics with them. That's like the real, I think, prize of our efforts on YouTube is just getting to hang out. So thank you guys all for coming on. I appreciate it so much.
Shout out to chat. They were lit tonight.
Yes, chat. Thanks for so much awesome interaction. You guys, these people are awesome. I appreciate you. Yusa, staying up. What time is it in Helsinki right now?
It's 4:30.
4:15.
Man.
Yep. That is really appreciated.
That's AM, everybody. That's AM.
Everyone in the chat, if you're supposed to be working, Richard, quit work, watch the show, and everyone go subscribe to these channels. They're all awesome, good humans, positive people in the community. I really appreciate you guys coming on, and have a great, happy Memorial Day, especially to our veteran, Troy. Thank you very much for your service, man. Appreciate you. And everyone be safe, have fun, have a couple beers, and definitely keep reading those comics. We'll see you next time, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.